Elijah Cummings is the congressman who's the ranking member, the top Democrat on the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Congressman, thanks for being with us. Not to engage in too much fear-mongering here, but let's face it, this guy on his flying bicycle could have had any number of things with him, a bomb, any kind of biological weapon. What about the failure of security to detect this gyroscope on the the lawn of the Capitol?
Well, Andrea, we're still looking into it, but I got to tell you, I'm very upset and very concerned about this, that this device could be flown onto the lawn of the Capitol and go undetected. There are a lot of issues that concern us about this. We're still looking into it. I had a lengthy discussion this morning with the head of the Secret Service, so there's still a lot of things that we've got to get answered, but believe me, in a bipartisan way, we'll put a microscope over this entire issue.
Does the Secret Service have jurisdiction here because it came so close to the White House and he could have turned to the White House? Is it the Capitol Police? I mean, who's in charge? Both.
We've got a situation where the Secret Service apparently was alerted to this fella back in 2013. They interviewed him in 2013. They found him not to be a threat. But the interesting thing that happened, Andrea, this yesterday, according to the Director Clancy of the Secret Service got a call and from a news reporter who asked technical questions about airspace, but apparently never alerted them to anything about this incident possibly happening. So we need to still look into that to see what kind of communication there was with regard to the Secret Service and what information they had. But if they did have information, of course, it would have been incumbent upon them to notify the Capitol Police. So we've got both of them involved here. But there's another issue too, Andrea, and that is whether our technology is appropriate for the moment. Because we have a situation, again, where we have this vehicle that was manned, but we also are concerned about things like drones. So, and these things can right now be undetected as the one was yesterday. That is a great concern.
Let me drill down on the Secret Service issue, because they interviewed him. Did they not know that he was building this flying machine? When they interviewed him, were they aware that he had already taped with the Tampa Bay Times an interview about what he planned to do?
Well,
I mean, how deep was their investigation into this guy?
That's a very good question, Andrea, and that's one that I want to know the answers to. But what Director Clancy said to me is that they interviewed him and that they did not find him to be a threat back in 2013. But again, one of the things that we've noticed with some Secret Service issues recently is when interviews are conducted of people who announce themselves to be a threat, whether the appropriate procedures are taken to make sure that they are properly investigated and, if appropriate, followed. So we've got, there's still a lot of answers. We're still looking into it. But again, in a bipartisan way, we'll address it.